What is AlDroShow.com, the famous
Back in the building, man.
I'm here for you.
And we're back.
We're
We're
back
on.
off hiatus.
And we're back.
We're on.
And we're fully staffed in the
We're ready.
joint tonight, man. Not only is it Al Dro, not only is it Jay Hugh, but we got the prodigal son returning,
The money
Jay
badger.
Browse,
The money badger.
a.k.a. Mr. Nasty, a.k.a.
There
DJ
you
Diarrhea, a.k.a. Cunnilingus.
AKA your mother's babysitter.
Yeah.
AKA your mama's favorite D-boy. Hey.
Yeah.
AKA Chad Johnson's old friend on Facebook. He's been deleted now.
A.k.a. Chad Johnson's sparring partner, Jay Browse. In the building.
And we got
And we got Al Dro, who's
we got-
suffering from some laryngitis for the next, 2
he got
minutes.
vitiligo. He got vitiligo, so he's going to be behind the
He got that vitiligo in reverse.
All right, so these kind of mumbling here. Big shout out to everybody. It's the Aldro Show and MCs.net. Also appearing at AldroShow.com. You know what I'm saying? We back in the building. Big shout out to everybody holding this down again. It's your boy behind the camera, Aldro. You know what I'm saying? Putting it together.
What's that
Reggie
number?
Matthews, of course, in the building right there. He's the dark one.
That's the one I'm doing.
Yes, sir. In the middle, we got Mr. Nasty himself, Mr. Jay Browse.
He's the
You know what
light
I mean?
one.
The dark one.
He's the
You
light
know what I'm saying? And
What
also in the
do, y'all?
building, we got Mr. Johnny Hughes in the building. You know what I'm saying?
With that blue dream, though. With that blue dream, though.
AKA
Mucinex.
Mr. In Between.
AKA Mucinex.
Yes, sir. And tonight we just getting it in. You know what I'm saying?
We getting real ratchet.
We're getting it in. In light of this Ocho Cinco
Yeah.
travesty here, we're gonna touch
Also single charity / bitch out of pocket.
So
Bop.
what was it like? Pop, or was it like a little slow?
Was it like a American Dream, Dusty Rhodes?
Okay, so we're gonna get into that as well as just domestic violence in general. There is you know what I'm saying, there's
promotion?
we're not advocating it, but at the same time there are times when actually it's necessary. When is that time?
And there's two sides to every story.
Two sides.
No, it's
Always
three
the
sides. No, it's
Yeah.
three sides. It's
There's
yours.
There's
And it's
And
truth.
the truth.
We gonna talk about the truth.
And the baby side.
The truth. And your baby.
But feel free to call us up,
What's that number?
415-963-2072. And we just gonna keep it rolling. Big shout out to everybody on Ustream listening, everybody in the Peanut Gallery. You know what I'm saying?
Back.
Give us a call though, 415-963-2072. Let us know
know.
about any type of violence. You know what I mean? Or domestic
Mental.
abuse.
Mental.
Any kind of domestic abuse. It is
So-
not right.
Let's just kick it off right now, Reggie. What would your definition of abuse be?
Bruce, anything that disrupts the normal flow of a human being. Basically, anything that would hinder how you would normally act for fear of repercussions.
Oh
Basically.
no, that could be like getting a job. You don't have a job.
Yeah, I mean,
Bruce.
shit.
Let's keep it in a relationship.
Bruce.
Yeah.
What are some?
What are some abuses? Okay, well, let's put it this way. People who are denied affection or sex, that's a form of abuse.
That's an abuse.
Yeah,
People who are cut off financially, don't have access to certain benefits, that's abuse.
No.
Of course, there's physical abuse, through intimidation. There's mental abuse in terms of ridicule, humiliation. People who
They
deliberately
set your
go out of
ass
their
up.
way. Yeah, people who go deliberately out of their way to humiliate their significant other. Like,
What?
go ahead. Well, I mean, I knew a dude whose wife, she had one of them real bad mouths. To where he wouldn't even have partners over the house no more because he was afraid of what she was going to say in front of people. Like, that's out of pocket. That's abuse, man. Because
That's a flasher.
this man can't even feel comfortable in his own home to entertain his friend.
And this happens a lot across America. There's a lot of flashing bras where dudes don't even want to bring nobody through.
And they be talking like
And
they,
not just because they ugly.
Yeah,
right.
Not just because
Not
of that.
just because of that.
Of course not.
And then on the flip side, you got some dudes who go real bad on their chicks too, man. Like,
can't bring nobody
yeah,
through.
they talk real bad to them. Like, and see, this brings me to this too. Nowadays, people are a lot more sensitive to shit because,
Oh, man.
30 years ago, you said verbal abuse, motherfuckers would have laughed at you, been like, words don't hurt me. Like,
What?
I hear old couples talk bad to each other.
Hey.
And nobody
They love each other. Though.
They still love each
They
other.
still with it.
So you know,
you say something, man.
it's a little hypersensitivity going on these days too.
Man.
But
What about cyber abuse? Can you abuse somebody cyberly now?
anybody comes
Bitch don't come home from work.
anybody come to me talking about they've been cyberly abused,
in capital letters.
I'm gonna make it physical because they need to be slapped.
Motherfucker, I got
So-
all your info.
So speaking of which, I mean, one of the most, in recent hours, I guess, days or what have you, the whole Ocho Cinco thing. What
Jackson-
happened? Jay Brown, walk us through that night, man. Walk us through that incident.
Chad Ocho Cinco 85 Johnson from South Miami, Florida, got traded back to Miami Dolphins. Has a reality show going on right now with Evelyn
Had
Roslandas, the girl from Basketball Wives. They supposed to be married.
All of a sudden.
Got married last month.
The bottle throwing bitch?
The drink throwing.
wow.
No, she didn't throw the drink. Jen threw the
Jen
drink.
through the drink.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. She threw the
That
bottle.
was the bottle.
And
Obviously.
she hopped over the fence, hopped over the table. So we know she's an instigator and a known.
Okay,
Go
go ahead.
Long story short, they're in the Maserati too, though.
But the Mozzie.
The Mozzie. She's sitting right here. Chad's right here. Somehow, this is where the story gets spewed.
You ain't about this life.
Either A,
You ain't about this
she
life.
found some rubs, or B, she found a receipt for some rubbers.
Okay,
Somebody gets headbutted. We have a call.
let's take this caller here.
We got a call.
We got a caller here.
Boom.
Aldro Show at MCs.net. Who's talking?
This is V-Save.
This is who? I'm sorry?
This is V-Save.
V-Save.
Be saved.
Be
simple.
I'm lying.
You're what?
How are you guys doing tonight?
We're great.
Great.
Doing
Yourself?
good.
How
How
are
you
you?
doing, V?
I'm wonderful.
Okay. Well, I'm assuming you're calling because you have something to add on about domestic violence here. Possibly.
Well, I do have something to add about the headbutting term. About 6 dudes have told me this week that they are going to headbutt me. And I think that the headbutting phenomenon is like the new phrase for like, it's like a chick is really getting on your nerves, but you love her and you just want her to shut up. So about 6 dudes have told me that they were going to headbutt me, like this week.
Has anybody physically headbutted you?
So it's a sign of love. It's a sign of affection.
No one has physically headbutted me
Good,
yet.
good.
That's
but
good.
I've been, offered to be headbutted at least 6 times this week. It's the new bitch, I'm going to slap you.
Wow. Okay.
Whoa.
New bitch, I'm
The
going
new
to
bitch,
slap
I'm
you.
gonna-
I
That's a
didn't
nice
think
ring
about
to
that.
it.
Yeah, it does, though.
Okay. Well, let me ask you, V-Save. Do you know of anyone who's been a
That's the
victim
silence.
of abuse in a relationship?
Damn, B.
I'm a
I
bash.
think that I've known a lot of girls who've been a victim of domestic violence. I mean, at a certain point, it's never, I don't condone violence on any point, but you have to take responsibility for your own actions in the situations that you put yourself into. That's all you really can do in life.
Meaning, so if you're talking shit and you get smacked by, if he hits the woman, she had it coming? Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is when you're dealing with someone who has, you have to pay attention to your surroundings and you have to pay attention to the warning signs that you're in a domestic violence situation. No dude is just going to come out and slap you right out the cut. He first is going to start off where he was talking crazy to you, maybe pushed you. You know what I'm saying? There are lots of little things that lead up to you physically getting hit. You have to pay attention to those if you want to be aware of your own safety.
So
that's your responsibility.
So you got to ramp up to the slap. You got to start with a shake. You got to start with a shake. Maybe like a little thump, then a choke.
Maybe a push on the
Then a
head.
push.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like verbal violence.
So
verbal is so much worse than domestic and, actually being hit. But those are the warning signs that people have to pay attention to first and foremost.
So if a motherfucker goes right to the slap, like initially, if he goes right to it,
First
like,
or third.
he hit a triple. Like he just bam right to the slap. What does that say about him? Does that say you might end up dead? I mean, is that?
I mean, if you really look at domestic violence statistics, they can tell you, if they can look at you and say, I know girls that that have gone to the doctor from being in domestic violence situations, and they'll tell you have about a year and a half left before he kills you at the rate he's going. You've been here every 3 months, it's getting progressively worse.
And she still won't leave the nigga. Why won't she leave a nigga?
Money and dick.
Man.
That would be the wisest thing to do, especially if you have kids. You want your kids to
Man.
Money and
Okay.
dick.
All right, well, V Saves, thank you for calling. We got a couple more people. It's like Christmas over here on the phones here. First time caller, am I right?
Yes, it is. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening.
Okay, and feel free to send us pictures.
All right. Yes.
What you wearing? What you wearing, V?
All right, good night.
Good night, V.
What you wearing, V? All right, then.
All right, so that was V Saves.
That was V Nasty.
V Nasty, Gucci
It
Gucci.
flew in.
Nasty.
Uh, I'm being told this is not a laughing matter.
It's not. We're being real serious.
We're being real, but I mean, what she just talked about was, I mean, that's the most popular. That's the commercial domestic violence, the physical shit.
we
We
would've-
go underground with more subliminal domestic
I
abuse.
mean, yeah, we all saw the burning bed. We all saw what's love got to do
We
with it.
saw enough.
So we got the white
with J-Lo.
version, we got the black version, we got the Latin version with enough with J-Lo.
With J-Lo.
We know what the physical abuse is. It ain't cool.
Damn.
Let's make a statement here. The Aldro Show in no way endorses beating on the broad.
But we do want to hear like the experiences,
And we
shit,
do
though.
want you to learn the difference between domestic violence and defending yourself.
There is a
There's a
difference.
And we're
There's a
talking about
big
that.
difference.
And you can call in and be anonymous too. You don't even have to say who you are.
Exactly.
You can say,
I
this
can't read your
happened
number.
to me.
Yeah,
415.
if you call a case.
And if you call with a fat lip, I'm gonna know who you are. But
I mean, don't.
what's up, Aldro?
And lady who be calling from the closet, I ain't gonna name you, but don't risk it tonight.
Don't risk it.
It's on edge.
It ain't worth it. It ain't
It
worth it.
ain't
Don't
worth
cry.
it. It ain't worth it, baby.
Don't
Just
cry.
type in the gallery like usual.
Okay, so more abuse on the Aldro Show on MCs.net.
Yeah.
If you guys out there have any
shout outs.
shout outs or anything, if you're just happy to see us back and just want to give us a
Yeah,
shout,
give us a
you know what I'm
call.
saying? Give us a call. We got Johnny Hughes in the building. We got Jay Brown, Mr. Nasty,
Mr. Nasty.
and the father of the Peanut Gallery, Mr.
Damn.
Reggie Matthews
Damn.
here. And of course, this is man's
Damn.
over here,
Damn.
Aldro. Big shout out to everybody out there putting in. I'm gonna go here to the and we're back.
And we're
Boom.
back.
I'm gonna go to we're gonna go to the Peanut Gallery here,
Yeah.
man. We're gonna see what kind of
PG.
feedback we're getting back on this here topic.
PG.
That is,
PG.
you know, 'cause I like to keep it real with my fans. Man.
Keep it real, son.
Let's see. We got. Y'all do that to Becky.
Do it. Expose her.
Oh.
Anonymous. Do anonymous. Anonymous.
Okay, we have one here that's. I
Yeah.
can hear you on Ustream. That's what one of them said. But
Shout out to the U-String.
okay, I'm holding my left eye. I'll be honest. I was a victim found guilty of domestic abuse in my second marriage.
Second one.
Okay,
She killed the
She
first.
believes in love.
persistent.
She killed the first.
After tolerating enough of his antics, he wasn't. Well, hey, I'm getting get the text here. Hold on.
Text as we
Don't read it. Don't read it.
Read that. Don't read it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Richie Rich, don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't expose her. Not just yet.
So anyway, Reggie, just what is your experience with abuse? I'll get back to that one.
Mental.
My experience with abuse. Well,
let's go mental.
I was married once, and
That's enough. That's enough
Yeah.
right there. That's enough.
So
Yeah.
people complain about when you're married.
Man.
That's abuse. What
Well,
are some abuses?
there was several kinds of abuse at work. Let me explain. You see, we abused each other. I'm man enough to admit that there was abuse on both of our parts. There was abuse on my part and her
Were
part.
you the instigator or did you just follow up?
No, it was.
and
It was.
keep it going.
Let me explain. It was cyclical. You know,
Caddy. It was caddy.
shit starts with, okay, first you have, I'm going to talk about the abuse done towards me because I feel like that's what started. Okay, physical neglect. When you're not
getting head.
getting
Physical
pussy, you're not
neglect.
getting sex.
Wait,
After-
you're married though.
yeah, after my daughter was born, look, after my daughter was born, we went like 8 months without fucking
Man.
Why is that? Why is that, Reggie?
months.
And
Well,
you married. You
she
I mean,
married.
you can't. Granted, the first 2 weeks, okay, you can't really.
Can't really.
You gotta give him that.
You can go anal. You can go
She
anal.
claimed that she was going
Go
through
anal.
postpartum depression, whatever. And bottom line, it's like my breathing seemed to bother her. Like
Yeah, everything.
the fact that I was existing, that seemed to really irritate her.
Man.
That I was alive and walking around, and she hated it when I went to work. She hated when I came
Okay.
home. She, just whatever. So
You
we
couldn't bail. That was
So
So
8 months. 8 months. She wasn't. y'all wasn't fucking.
No balls.
Right.
Now she wasn't fucking, or y'all wasn't fucking.
We weren't fucking.
No balls.
We weren't fucking.
No
Now
hand
the
job.
question is, was she fucking?
Not at that time. She fucked after when I was. That came before her whorish behavior. This is before that.
We're getting to the
But-
abuse.
Okay, so the abuse. Okay, physical neglect. So I returned that physical neglect by being emotionally cruel and closed off. Like women like warmth and interaction and sensitivity.
Ooh, you were cold.
And I came home. I was a bill collector at the time. I treated her like a motherfucker on the phone.
I
You
was
know?
cold as ice.
Yeah, I came
What's up,
home.
nigga?
Like, she wanted to talk. You know, she wanted to talk. I was
Cold
like,
shoulder.
I'm
get
good.
get to the fucking
I'm
bottom
cool.
line. Would you
What's up?
just? Why are you talking? I
Was
don't
y'all
want
even cooking for each other then, or was it just room to room? I mean,
Yeah, I
this room,
had to cook because I had kids. You know, and
Okay.
that bitch, you take her out to make minute rice. She can't cook. But
Okay, so yeah.
yeah, so that was me doing all that. But so I returned the favor by being emotionally closed off. Then she returned the favor by being emotionally closed off with me
Man.
and more callous and all this shit. And around we went until finally, you know, one day we just had to be out with the kids, and we were just like, man, what's wrong with us? You know,
What's wrong with us?
why do I act like I hate you? Why do you act like you hate me?
Was this before or after counseling? Y'all didn't even pay for that shit.
This is before.
Who fucked who first?
Man.
Who fucked who first?
fucked
You kinda
around?
gotta fuck each other.
She fucked around. I never fucked around,
Damn.
which
So how many times did she
Put
fuck
that
around
on
on
something,
you?
man.
which was dumb of me.
How many times? Hold on, one time.
Once that I know.
One
of.
time or one person?
One person, one time
Damn.
that I know of. That I know of.
That man.
And it was all in your face,
That-
like John Cena.
That shit was on my 30th birthday. That's how I remember it. It was on my 30th birthday. I'm in Vegas with the fellas. You know, ROG, KP, big shout out to y'all. We was in
Yeah.
Vegas, my 30th birthday. And while I was in Vegas, you
Tricking
know,
off hella bread.
she was hitting the slots. So
Or getting her slot.
Just hitting the slot, getting her
she's getting her
jackpot.
slot
Oh,
hit. Yeah.
Ding!
Jackpot.
Well, we got a comment from the peanut gallery. No, in them 8 months, she wasn't fucking you, but she was fucking.
Ooh.
Wow.
Who put that? Who?
I don't know.
Very abrasive. Very
If she
That's
was,
what
she was. If she wasn't, she wasn't. I can't control that.
Wow.
Was that flagrant? Was that a flagrant
That's
foul?
like a foul.
Flagrant foul?
It could be.
And
Yeah.
2.
What about John? You've never been married or whatever, but what are in a relationship? What are your experiences with
Abuse.
abuse?
Ew,
You-
Bruce.
I mean,
Hold on, we got a caller here.
saved by the bell.
Yeah,
Saved by the.
got a call.
I'm out.
AldroShow.com. Who we got?
It's about damn time. Bentley.
Bentley in the
Bentley.
building.
Whoa. Go.
All right.
Two
Something,
door, two door.
something tells me this is gonna be a long conversation. This is how you doing tonight?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
Oh, we doing
We're
great.
doing
We
great.
just happy to be back on. It's your world.
What you wearing? What you wearing first? Give us the
I don't want to
visual.
know.
Give us the visual.
I want to know.
I don't want to know.
Jay Brown want to know.
Come on.
I'm excited.
I wanna know, too.
Fancy dress.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty car washy.
I mean, that's
But,
basic.
you know what I mean?
Basic is good.
Basic is
Basic
good.
is good.
Car washing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, are you familiar with the topic? We're talking about domestic violence tonight.
Why y'all have me call in on this night? I'm about to cry.
You're
Ah.
we
about
don't
to
want
cry.
that.
Okay.
Don't give us no Keisha Cole story. Don't give us the Keisha Cole story. We want to know some real.
I mean, it don't even have to be your story. You know,
Give us a quick one. Give us
Or
a
give us an
Yeah,
opinion.
some types of
What's
opinion.
Give us a funny one that one of your girls
Give-
done told you
give-
about.
Yeah.
Give us a funny one that one of your
A
girls
funny
done told you.
domestic
Yeah,
violence
a funny
story.
domestic violence one.
You know, but there is no funny domestic violence stories. Like, they're all depressing and it's all very sad. But I will say this. Somebody like me who got a real split mouth usually always getting slapped in it. So, I
Wow.
mean, it's like y'all was attracted to our little jazziness and our snappy temper and our little split tongue. But as soon as we use that shit against you, you can't take it and you back him a little bit.
Well, as The Rock says, you're supposed to know your role.
Jabroni.
I'm sorry, the what says
The Rock. Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, as The Rock says, you're supposed to know your role.
You don't even know his role. You ain't had a movie since Top Guy.
Wow. And your last movie was okay. Listen, Daryl Russell. Okay, listen,
That's the last week. And it
Daryl
was good, too.
Russell now appearing in Mysticals tape too. Okay, I'm saying this. What's your opinion of a man that hits a woman? Then Under no, do you feel under no circumstance the man should put his hands
No,
on?
I don't. No, we all human, and everybody has a breaking point. And you know what I mean? I mean, it's natural for people to just lose control. I don't like men hitting on women because, for the most part, I've never met a man. Well, there are some men who can get their ass whipped too by a woman, but for the most part, y'all are stronger than us. So it's unnecessary. But yeah, I know there are times.
Okay. So to that point, why doesn't everybody know? You just made a universal point. You guys are stronger than us.
Some of them are.
Why don't women talk like that with that in mind? Why don't they bear that in mind?
It's a big hug.
I think I can answer that, dude. There's nothing worse.
Who's answering it?
What?
Who's that? Who's that that can answer it?
Reggie gonna answer it. Hush.
Okay.
I'm saying there is nothing in the world worse than a woman who's 100% certain that you're not gonna hit her.
Yeah.
You know, if she's 100% certain, she always has to have that little piece of fear in the back of her head because that'll keep the respect there. But if she's 100% certain, you ain't gonna put hands on her. Oh my God, the bitch gonna run off with the mouth.
And how do you get out of that? You gotta walk out of the house and get hit with typewriters.
Yeah,
on the way out.
You gotta walk out the house. You gotta do other shit. Like if she's dependent on you for money, cut that shit off.
Make some waffles.
Yeah, she's dependent on whatever she depends on you for. Cut that shit off.
But like, let's just say you go ahead, y'all arguing, you want to walk out of her face, and she snatch you, she grab you, she get bold enough to go ahead, hey,
get back over here,
throw your keys on the grass,
she,
or on the roof.
She want to get you going.
Yeah,
key your car.
When you do that,
I'm saying that to you, Reg.
Steal your paycheck.
All you can do is leave. The madder you get, the worse it is. The only thing you can do, the only move you got is to leave.
Is that right?
That's what she don't want you to do anyway.
You agree with that, Bentley?
I mean, that's the sensible thing to do, but again, everyone's human. So, I mean, there's been times when I went off the deep end and slapped the shit out of a couple of dudes. You know what I mean? And they were claiming, bitch, I could call the police right now and have your ass in the jail.
Yeah,
and I'm like, but you would look like a bitch. But yeah, you could. I mean,
I wouldn't give a fuck.
Really?
But it's on paper.
I'm gonna get a restraining order against you.
I'll be like, you better break bread right now.
Yeah, then with his ass beat all day. I just foresee that. I just foresee Joey as the one calling 911.
Wow.
I would love for you to beat on me. Tie me up.
Beat him with that tape.
Hey, Billy. How many times have you been abusive in relationships?
Is that the woman beater talking to me right now?
What'd you say?
That's Johnny.
That's J. Hugh.
The woman beater.
That's really crazy. We don't call him dad for nothing.
Oh, wow.
I'm just playing.
Anyways.
She said your pimp hand is strong.
Hey, man, it is what it is.
It's certified.
Oh, but seriously, to answer your question, it seems like I always pick the niggas that want to put their hands on me. But then again, I have one of the personalities that keep pushing you until you actually either just leave or put your hands on me. And I know that about myself.
Wow.
Women attracted.
So you're basically you're verbally abusive.
Emotionally, because the verbal, you saying verbal,
you're verbally
trying
abusive.
to jab in his emotions.
You're an agitator, an instigator.
Yeah, I'm an agitator. Yes, I am. I'm a shit talker. I'm a shit starter.
Okay,
so the one says know your role.
Let me ask you
know your role.
Let me get the wild guess. You're single.
Huh?
I said wild guess. You're single, right?
Of course I'm single.
Okay,
yes, I am.
Now here's a question: who's the worst bad guy, Chris Brown or Chad Johnson right now?
Well, you know what? Honestly, I don't really know what happened with Chris Brown and Rihanna. I mean, it's speculated that she kind of went batshit crazy first, and that he pretty much. I mean, we don't really know this.
That's when you go ahead.
Okay, what about Ocho?
Ocho,
Chris Brown definitely beat the shit out of Rihanna, judging by her injuries. I mean, but to me, headbutting somebody is just so damn disrespectful. You know what I mean?
What?
It's just like, it's just a way to just, I mean, it speaks much more volumes than if somebody.
Wait.
Maybe it was what
if the fact that she's close enough to get headbutt?
I don't think a headbutt is that bad. Would it be worse if he spit on
what
her?
if, she's close enough?
A headbutt is disrespectful. It's like I could
Not
slap you.
really.
But
I slapped
I don't
her
even
leg.
lifting my hands
Why would you be that close to my face for me to be able to headbutt you while I'm driving?
That's why they said they bumped heads. He didn't actually headbutt her.
I think her head hit his knee or the steering wheel.
But if you're driving, you can't even get good leverage to headbutt somebody. You gotta be in front of them.
Exactly.
These niggas got different cars than us, nigga.
I think he like turnbuckled that bitch, like grabbed her, just
yeah.
like,
okay.
No.
Well, Bentley.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling. Is there anything you want to say to any of the panelists here, or anything you want to add?
Tank top panties.
Okay. All right. Well,
I didn't understand the word.
I didn't hear what.
Yeah, I didn't understand.
Yeah, I don't know. What was that?
That's okay. He knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Smooth. All
Hey,
right.
Babyface, get some verbal abuse courses.
Wow.
Man.
Wow. Peace out.
Deuce.
Girlfriend. So yeah, that was Bentley calling in with her.
She said
her 1 cent on.
No, not even two.
she didn't deposit nothing. Well, she did add something. She said she's an agitator.
Yeah,
Which a lot of women are.
Again,
She
verbally abusive.
She verbally
She's
starts
verbally
shit
abusive.
to push your envelope, to push your buttons, to make you want to go.
I want to ask the lady, the female caller, why do you tempt death like that?
There it is.
Is that a fetish?
I think with no women.
Is that like snowboarding where you get that adrenaline rush?
No,
Or
no. man, look.
Grab you?
You're missing out on the basic psychology of that whole thing. Any of y'all read comic books? Conan the Barbarian? All right, check this out. When Red Sonja came through, she could not fuck with a dude who could not best her in battle. She didn't respect a man who couldn't best her in battle, right?
Grasshopper.
A lot of these chicks are the same way. A dude has to prove that he's stronger than her in order for him to respect her.
For a leadership role?
Yeah, if he can't prove that he's stronger than her, she won't respect him and be out. That's the problem. A lot of these chicks ain't met a dude who can handle it. And how many times have you heard a woman say, "Oh, I don't need a strong man. You got to be strong to fuck with me." And you never ask yourself the question, "Why I got to be so strong to fuck with your ass?"
Fuck it though. Why can't she just believe it instead of me having to prove it?
No, because that ain't how black women are built.
Boom,
Yeah.
man! You just said the name.
Built like that.
Black women.
Black women ain't built like that.
Yeah, black women.
Did you hear that? Black?
No.
Black women?
Look. White chicks do shit out of ignorance.
What do Asian
White
chicks
chicks do
Nothing.
shit. Asian chicks
Do
do what they're
nothing.
told. They know the role.
They do nothing.
But
Mexican chick do nothing.
White chicks do shit out of ignorance. Usually they just don't know no better. And a dude put the goon hand down because like, damn, you stupid bitch. Learn. Pick this shit up, right? And it goes like that. That's abusive. It's still wrong, but that's how it happens. Sisters deliberately take
Piss a
you.
nigga off.
They always take you as far as you can go, right to your limit,
Right to the
and right over
to the edge.
just to see you go bad.
And then they say, "Are you okay?" They want to check. You know,
Yeah,
wanna
then
fuck with
they
you
want
and
to
shit.
calm you down after they went too far. It's like, look, motherfucker, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you.
I'm a step away from slapping your ass. Get the
Okay, well here's my next question here.
Proven
A
agitator.
step away from slapping you, right? And pick up right where you set off. A step away from slapping your ass. Walking away again. Is that
Walking away is the only right play for the man. Only smart.
well,
right
now let me
play.
ask you this. Why does walking away not work? In theory, on paper,
Usually,
yes, walk away. But why does it not work?
Usually it doesn't work because she will not allow you to walk away. You try
No,
to walk away.
no,
and she's
that's
like, where you
wrong.
going, punk?
No,
Where you going, punk?
you
Where you going, punk?
No.
You gonna give me the motherfucking keys. You ain't going
Yeah,
nowhere,
yeah,
nigga.
throw the
You staying
keys.
here.
Fuck
You ain't
that.
leaving me with these keys,
Fuck
motherfucker.
that. Another reason why is because they know if they get the one chance and they get to walk away, they get another chance and another chance. They'll know if I can do it once,
I
I
can
can
just keep
do
walking
it
away.
again. And then they find out how soon they can do it
But
again.
in a
No.
relationship is action reaction.
Damn Skippy.
For broad flash and come at you, you might just lose it. You might be on one.
Oh, my bad. You ever smack a girl and then be
You
You
like,
might have got fired that
Or-
day,
yeah,
bud.
might
You
have
might have
fired.
got fired and didn't say nothing.
You
bud.
might have got robbed, you know what I'm saying? Somebody might have got over real quick.
Boss
No,
man
or
playing.
I just wanted to come on to some peace and quiet.
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh no! Whenever you want peace and quiet, that's the one
Yeah.
time you're guaranteed not to get it.
Piece of
You're
shit.
guaranteed not to get it.
peace and
If
quiet.
your woman knows that you want peace and quiet coming to the house, you are guaranteed to not get that shit. She will bring up every subject under the sun. She will make up a death so that she don't get peace and quiet. It's like, but on days when you come on want to be talking to her shit, she want to have her mouth stuck out, have her magazine, da 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 da.
So now let's dive into another realm. Young Jay was talking about financial abuse.
Yeah, man.
Can you elaborate on that?
Hey, financial abuse, it don't have to be, the cosign. Actually, that's the real financial abuse.
It's called
cosigns, fucking living, and, kind of like, not though, all that, I live with my
you know what the
moms.
financial abuse, the official title is? I'm a shopaholic with a shoe fetish.
Man.
That's the real financial abuse.
Actually, I think
That
it
bitch
was put
will
better.
drain you with a smile.
I seen somebody once say in the gallery, I just can't wait, or maybe it wasn't in the gallery. I just can't wait for him to give me the credit card and just say,
Yeah.
do what you want. Like, whoa,
Man.
really?
Do
That
what
would
you
never.
want.
Like, we don't even think like that.
Yeah,
Like,
never.
They be on that
like, why would I
shit.
fuck off our money
For you to
for my
shop.
personal weak shit for you to look good for somebody
Don't you
else?
want to see me look
And
good?
maybe
Bitch, you look
I
good
don't
in
get to
lotion.
get my fetishes
good.
on.
So now it's financial abuse where you don't give your partner no bread.
That can
mate.
be. That can be.
Like
Oh, fine. You should
like
have
all
your,
this money goes toward the family.
you
or
should have your
towards
own
my shit.
bread.
Ooh,
You should have your own bread.
don't be a
Okay,
broke
but
bitch.
no, your
That's just
question
your
is
wisdom?
your question is this: what is financial abuse?
What's
It's
financial abuse?
nickel and diamond. I guess let me get some gas, or just she want to eat out all the time, and you go ahead and you
No,
like
financial
okay.
abuse is spending more than you making. More
Bingo.
than you get.
Living above your means.
Listen, no.
Like,
What I'm
purposely
saying-
living
listen,
above your means.
I got you on that. But what I'm also saying is, it could be vice versa. Guys do that just as much as chicks do.
What do you mean, like hold out on bread?
No, not how I'm on bread. Just take advantage of bread.
Yeah.
Take advantage of bread.
Or like I make more money than you, so I'm gonna throw it in your face. Abuse?
No, like okay, you know
Because
what?
that'll lead to some drama.
I'm sorry. Maybe I'm talking more of a non-relationship type status.
Okay.
Non-relationship.
We're talking
meaning
about
now you talking about
domestic. The show is domestic abuse.
So the domestic abuse, yeah, of course, would be holding out on dough.
Hold
Holding
out.
out on dough.
Or flaunting your dough and not really giving it
That's
to your
holding
partner.
out.
That's all now. Like
That's
you
a form of
fly,
holding out.
you fly, they fucked up. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
I didn't.
Or when your kids is flying, the other kids ain't so so
Yeah,
fly.
that's
Yeah, if
abuse
you got
right
joint,
there.
if you got separate kids, blended families, I think that's what they call it.
Yeah.
And your kids are fitted down and got J's on every day.
Now, let me ask you this question. Do you think men look for weak ass broads in general so that they can pull this off?
No, I don't think men look for weak ass bras. It
Because
just
some
happens
women
to-
just allow
it
that shit
just
to
happens to
keep
be a lot
going.
of weak ass bras.
A lot of weak ass bras.
And there happens to be a lot of weak ass niggas before the women call, hey nigga, yeah, there's a lot of weak ass niggas too. But for the purposes of this argument,
And holler.
we talking about that side of the coin. Chicks.
Ooh.
Okay, well.
We got a caller, a texture.
Boom, boom.
A lot of shit.
Well, we do
Oh,
have a
yeah.
call. We have a call
Who else
here.
could it be?
Someone in the hill.
Who else could it be?
What it do?
Aldro Show. Who's this?
Kimmy Fresh.
Kimmy Fresh in the
Kimmy.
building, per usual.
Kimmy, she
Hey,
don't sound happy.
You don't sound happy.
Hi guys.
Hey,
Hey, Kimmy.
Hear me?
I'm real happy because my money is my money.
That's what's
hey,
up.
that's what
Can I get some money?
If we borrow.
Can I get some money?
The best nation is donation.
She didn't say no.
Hey, I'm gonna cut to this shit right now, Kim. This is a long time caller, Kimmy Fresh, participant, been on the Aldro.
Man.
She know I go. I'm gonna cut straight to the shit with you, Kim, because I know you got a mouth on you, and I know you got you cut a nigga. Give me some stories. What?
There was a situation. I did have a situation now. I mean, I ain't never got bopped upside my head because then y'all would be visiting me via satellite in jail or something.
See?
FaceTime.
Tango.
But there was a situation where I had lived in, of course,
Vivian,
and
He lived in your house.
well, we had consolidated his house into mine, so we would stop going back and forth.
So you moved into his house. Then.
Player move.
No, he moved into mine.
Oh, okay, all right.
Player move.
Financial abuse.
Okay, go ahead.
So he paid bills like he was supposed to pay. I wasn't trying to get over on nobody or nothing like that. I showed him the bills. He paid me. And one particular night, I had this little itch where I needed to go shopping, and I had went and bought my whole new kitchen stuff, a fish tank. I did a whole bunch of stuff, and when he came home, all of the
Did you
stuff
say a
was
fish
in the
tank?
living room.
Yeah, this shit. Yeah.
You bought some real shit.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
That's-
Like,
that's
that's mine.
Side note, a fish tank is the kiss of death for a relationship.
That's a sign.
Anytime,
I bought a whole bunch of stuff. My whole living room was full of. I bought bedroom stuff, everything you could think of buying. I went to Bed Bath and Beyond and was in there having in there.
So you spent about
And
two.
so
You spent about 2-3 racks.
I spent 2 racks, real
2
quick.
racks. 2 racks.
Okay,
Real
2
talk.
racks to the face.
But it was
So
for the house
he
though.
walked in and he's like, Kim, can we afford this? And that's where the problem started because I said, well, this ain't we shit. This my shit.
Okay.
And he got really, really upset. Like, what? But that was a purchase that I bought with my money. You can't say nothing. If I'm just still doing everything at home, well, needless to say, he broke my fish tank.
wow.
And it turned to that. You break my fish tank, I break something of yours,
Wow.
Oh, okay.
back and forth.
Damn,
War
War of the
War of
Roses.
Roses.
War of the Roses. War of the Roses shit right there.
All right. Well, I hope he didn't try to dip you in the fish tank like the last dragon or nothing like that. You know what I mean?
What's your name?
He ain't that. He's stupid, but he ain't like that.
He ain't done.
Okay, Kim, got a question for you.
Damn.
Yes.
Was Chicago out of line for slapping Isha in Poetic Justice?
The weak ass ways.
Yes.
Well, she was like,
He was out of line for that?
That's why I'm fucking somebody
that's
else.
why I'm fucking saying, and you a weak ass Jerry.
Russian
ass
had weak ass fade. He was out of line.
He came hella quick though.
Well, she wasn't out of line for saying that, right?
She was out of line for talking, but
And she was
sticks and
drunk.
stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you.
That's a hell of a word.
He should have pushed Janet. He
That's
should have
why-
pushed
You
Janet.
can say whatever you want to say. That don't give somebody the right to put their hands on you.
That's why I'm
It kinda
fucking
do.
somebody
It
else.
kinda
But
do.
she could have said anything else.
It kind of do though.
Right.
She could have said, "Man, that's why
I hate your
your
mama.
breasts stink, or you know, or your shoes
I hate
toe
your
up."
family.
But come on now.
Cause she kept
But she said
agitating
that's why
him.
I'm after somebody else, right?
Yeah.
And what she put on it though.
She piled it all on.
Yeah, she put.
If you think about it, though,
Yeah.
she's like,
She started
nigga
small
dick
and went up
can't
the
stay.
hill.
Wait,
Yeah.
nigga dick can't stay hard for 5 minutes.
With
Nigga,
people
wait,
right
do you
there.
take steroids?
Yeah.
Wait, is she
Right,
getting
she's
murdered
trying
by-
to tear him down.
But the bottom line is, I mean, how many times have men got pissed off at a woman and called her a bitch or called her a hoe? That's hurtful. So because every time you call a woman out of her name, does that give her the right to lay hands on you?
Nah.
Well, I say if a woman wants to lay hands on you, she should be expecting something in return.
Yeah, man.
Exactly, and I've never hit anybody without expecting to get hit back. But the fact of the matter is if I say something to you that you don't appreciate and you don't like it, you have the option of walking away and never talking to me again. And I feel vice versa. If he said something to me that I don't like, I ain't gotta talk with you. But the moment you put your hands on somebody, then you taking it to a totally different level. Now, if somebody rolled up in my face and I feel threatened, okay, then yeah, I can hit you. But if it's just we exchanging words, keep your fucking hands to yourself.
Boom.
Because
Man.
trust, when I go, I'm trying to hurt your feelings. I'm trying to say everything that I could possibly say to break your spirit. But that don't give you the right to put your hands on me.
See,
Well,
wow,
Whoa.
Everything.
Wow,
that's how women go. She's I'm trying to break your spirit.
Now, wait a
Like,
minute. Now, here's my thing.
I'm trying to break your spirit as hard as I can, but I don't want any repercussions for it.
What you
I
doing?
mean, for real, when you arguing, ain't nothing fair. I'm talking about your mama, the kids.
No, fuck that. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Slow down. So look. So what you saying is,
See?
you can,
Turn around.
wait, hold on, blood. You can be as verbally abusive as you want to. You can say everything to cut me and hurt my feelings.
Everything.
But if I choose not to be verbally abusive, I choose to be physically abusive. I'm fucked up.
You're supposed to just walk out.
I'm fucked
It's
up.
all wrong,
You-
but you take it to a different level when you put your hands on
But
somebody.
why would you?
That's something totally different. I could cut somebody out and I could talk about them real, real bad.
Why
But
would?
they can walk away from the situation and ain't nobody going to jail. The moment you put your hands on somebody, you risking going to jail, losing your life, you know, getting hurt, going to the hospital. You know what I'm saying?
But what do you expect? You're
Well,
trying to
yeah,
disrespect
You
someone.
just said you said you gonna bring mamas into it and everything else. What you can do to hurt them and break them down. So
But
you working on that.
Abuses are verbally fighting somebody and physically fighting somebody. Fighting is fighting. Don't nobody fight fair. So you trying to tell me when you physically fight somebody, you gonna say, okay, go, let's hit each other now. No, you're not. You trying to figure out the best way to get in and fuck whoever you fighting up. That's how arguing is. All it is you waiting for the opportunity to get in. So at that point, if I say something that you feel so sincere about, that you feel like you need to put your hands on me, then I feel the need to pull out something and put a bunch of holes in your ass.
So but basically, verbally, you want to walk into the ring like Mike Tyson, though. You just want to just start lashing out
and talk.
hitting as
She
hard
wants
as
to
you
be
can.
Godzilla verbally, just devastate Tokyo.
That's
Right.
right.
I just want to punch him back.
You know what? Verbally, you fight fire with fire. You fight with the same angle that is given to you. So if I'm tearing your character down and I'm making you feel like the little dude that you is, then go right ahead. Talk about me. Call me whatever you want to call me. You can talk about my mama and the kids that I ain't got. You can do whatever you want to do because we are verbally arguing. But the moment you put your hands on me, then you just change the whole. You can change the whole setting. Because now I gotta go ballistic, and really somebody is gonna have to call the police and the ambulance. Because at this point, my strength on a man ain't no comparison. So all it takes is for him to hit me one time, but he gotta get to that point. Because if I feel like you're gonna hit me, then I'm trying the same mouth that I got, and I'm trying to break your spirit. I'm coming with shit, everything in the house. I'm trying to hurt you. Now we fight.
Okay.
Now here's a quick question. Our last caller said she was addicted to people who usually fuck with her. Are you attracted to men who have that problem?
What kind of
You
men are
have
you
a problem
attracted
with
to?
doing what?
Are you attracted to men with domestic issues?
Absolutely not. I don't want to go to jail.
Are you?
I don't want to go to jail, and if somebody domestically put their fucking hands on me, that's where I'm going.
How do you have sex? Don't they put their hands on you when you have sex? When you have
Not
sexual
violently.
intercourse?
Flip me over, pull my hair, we having fun. But if you draw your fist and hit me, slap me, push me around, or where I have to feel like I'm defending my life, then it's bad. That's where the real and real wrong.
Kimmy.
Some bitches like that shit, man. They like walking that line.
See,
I'm
fellas,
not, you know, back in the 70s and the early 80s when we were coming up as kids, I don't know if anybody wants to admit it or whatever, but a lot of us seen our parents fight. A lot of us have seen their mama get smacked up or whatever, and that's one thing. But we living in a different time, you know. I watched my father kick my stepmother's ass, and it was okay then. You know what I'm saying? Not that it was really okay, but it was common. A lot of women was getting their ass.
Do you remember what she did?
Yes, I do. She told him to fuck her. Fuck you. She said, fuck you. And he commenced to whipping her ass.
You're supposed to let that slide. Okay, but go ahead. Go ahead.
In front of the kids,
Yeah,
though.
but his thing was, you said fuck you to me in front of my kids.
That's what it is.
Where's my $60, nigga?
It's not just cussing somebody out when y'all personally together, but
So-
when you cuss somebody out in front of their friends
So
and
what
their
did
kids.
my question is, would it have played better?
They fought. Well, no, it wasn't a fight because he really laid hands on her. But at that point, the difference with that and what's going on now is, okay, you get your ass whooped. If you go back, then hey, you must have been the ass whooping wasn't good enough for you because you don't get two times. I don't care how sorry you are and how in the heat of the moment it was and you was pissed off or whatever, because if I really feel like I gotta put my hands on you, then I'm really trying to hurt you. It's over.
It's over.
Would it have played? But get back to your father and your stepmother. Would it have played better when she said "fuck you"? If it had been like "fuck you too," would that have played better, or would it have worked? Would it have shut her up, or would the shit just would have went round and round?
Or should he have just left the house?
Well, it was his house, so he told her to leave. And so she was grabbing her stuff together, and she got to the door, and she was like, fuck you. And I guess that's
Almost
what she
there.
meant to lie to him at that very moment, because that fuck you got her knotted up.
Had to get that
All
last
she
word.
do is
Last
leave.
word.
That's why the post. That's why in the gallery the post is 3,500 posts long. Because niggas can't get the last. Always gotta get the last
Word.
But
That's
the
an
thing
ego
about
thing.
her is she stuck around. After that, he done probably whooped her ass several other times after that. But the relationship she was in before, she got cut up. Like her husband, before my father, literally cut her body up.
Oh, so she
I think
upgraded.
that it's a sickness. Some people think that that's the way things are, and they're fearful of getting out of them. And some people attract that type of person. Hopefully I never do. I don't want to get that angry at nobody where we got to lay hands on each other, because I don't know how to argue. And we will argue for a minute, but then I might swing too. So, you know what I'm saying? And you can't swing on somebody without expecting to get hit back.
Getting swung on.
Okay, well, I got it. I got you. Do you think Chicago? I'm gonna ask you. Did I just ask her that? Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Kimmy.
Yeah.
Johnny sends a special thanks, but we want to thank you for calling. You catch that Raider game yesterday, the other night?
No, I don't know football.
Good answer. Good answer.
I caught it.
I mean, at least I ain't gonna lie about it. It's like, yeah, the Raiders is my team. Yeah, they got some field goals, whatever. I don't know nothing about football. Basketball is something completely different. Football, that's not my thing.
Okay.
I'd like to know, but I don't even understand it, to tell you the honest to God truth.
It's typical woman. I got you though. We'll get with you, and you have a great evening.
Hey,
Y'all
Kimmy.
keep y'all hands to yourselves.
Definitely, y'all
Always.
women keep your mouth shut.
Hey, Kimmy Fresh.
What, Johnny?
I love you.
I love you back, Johnny.
All right, keep your ears
Good
peeled.
night, you guys.
Hey, Kim, keep your ears peeled for the vitamin water sweepstakes we're gonna be wearing.
Yeah.
If all of y'all really love me, vitamin water is on sale at 7-Eleven, 2 for $3.
I got them all day.
7-Eleven in Zimbabwe.
Yeah, well, I did drive to the store to get you that vitamin water that night. But cool. We'll get back with you, Kim, and always a pleasure.
I drink that purple vitamin water. Which one you drank?
Energy. Yellow.
The nasty yellow.
All right.
Night, Kim.
All right.
Night.
She drinks the yellow sugar, and you drink the purple sugar.
There it is.
Right.
50 Cent, aka Ferrari.
Hey, one
You
quick
love
question.
making rich niggas rich.
One quick question. You was talking earlier about the financial. What about the fact that the word wife beater,
Wife beater.
is now not just a term, but
It's
actually a
prevalent.
code?
Is that a dictionary or what?
Well, hey,
Is it
let me be clear. I mean, it's used in mainstream media and all this, but please understand that it was Italians that made that famous.
Oh, okay. I was wondering.
Because Italians used to smack their bitches up years ago wearing them.
Okay, so it's not from the hood, but it stayed
Okay.
in the hood.
We got a couple of posts here in the gallery.
What they hollering? What they hollering?
Thank God, no. We got a band talk about you gotta fuck her by accident or on purpose at least once. Just for the sake of a healthy relationship and shit.
You gotta fuck her up at least once.
Yeah.
You gotta get fucked up at least once.
time.
Have a
Gotta set
sex.
the tone.
Gotta set the tone. Which is cool. You gotta set an example to let her know.
You know,
It's like whipping your kids. You gotta whoop them every now and
Just
then.
like to let her know, like, bitch.
It's
You
like
gotta get in line.
Like Bishop Don Magic Wanda said in American Pimp, when you whoop her, you gotta act like you're trying to kill her.
Kill her.
He
Don't
said,
kill, believe you.
yeah, oh, don't kill me, daddy. I won't do it again.
So on that, does whipping work?
Yeah, it works
That's
on
all.
kids.
I take you back. Old advice from Seeley.
Whipping?
Beat her.
Beat her.
Beat her.
Beat her.
You told Harpo to beat me.
Harpo.
You told Harpo to beat me.
Does that work? I mean, you got niggas that.
Yeah,
Yes, to a
it
degree.
works. It works to a degree, but you have to. I mean, just like with kids,
Or just be. Or what about just beating in the beginning, like when you're
You know what?
conditioning,
I think it's
setting the tone for the relationship.
yes, I'm a simple-minded bitch. I mean, you gotta come with the,
Yeah.
it can't just be
I
a
think what
regular
you have to
real
do-
woman.
Instead of actually physically bruises, I think you gotta have to put your man's strength on her to let her know, like, if you get out
I'm
of line,
capable of killing
I'm
you.
capable of putting you in the yoke real quick.
I'll stop you in any way.
You gotta use the phone book.
Another call here.
What up, you do?
You gotta use the phone book.
Aldro Show. Yeah, that's more
You got
like it.
scared.
Yeah.
Somebody
Yeah.
got scared.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
scared.
you know what I'm saying? Whooping works for some people. I mean, they just.
I mean, like, I think you gotta.
I guess maybe the girls looking forward to the makeup sex, maybe, or
Ah.
you know,
No,
they
you
go
know
from
what?
one extreme to the
Hang
next.
on, y'all.
Like belly.
See, no. You know what? Like you was talking about earlier. I'm sorry.
Hold on, let's get this
Uh-oh.
call. Playing on my phone, man. Aldro Show, MCs.net.
What's up, you motherfuckers?
All right.
It's M robbery.
I thought that was a caged animal. Is that a caged animal?
It's
What's
M
good,
robbery.
M-Rob?
What are you doing?
We're talking about domestic violence.
Domestic.
Slapping him.
Chad Johnson.
Gotcha.
Okay, let me ask you this, M-Rob, because I know you. We're gonna cut to the bullshit again.
He had by now. Nice.
We're gonna cut to the bullshit because you keeping it real. 100.
Call in.
You have a mouth on you, of course. Obviously,
I do not.
Understatement.
Man, the
you
biggest-
obviously have a mouth on you,
one of the biggest.
as well as a gut. But what do you do in a relationship?
Wait. What did you say?
I said-
What did you say, Metro?
I said you have a mouth on you. What do you do in a relationship?
Now, you smart ass.
What are you? Come on, man. Come on.
That's his
on.
only strength and skill.
Yeah,
Big
jab.
So Floyd, my Floyd. Listen, what do you do in a relationship when you,
Turning
as far as abuse? What are you guilty of? What type of abuse are you guilty of
Right.
in a relationship?
jabs.
Abuse.
Yeah.
Have you ever been abused, or have you ever abused your partner?
I don't want to reach back that far.
Just yes or no then.
I don't know. Probably. I think I have when I was young, but you grow older and mature.
So now you getting abused.
A lot of things just ain't that important.
Yeah.
So now you getting
When you're
abused.
arguing, the person's he's crying for help, or they're crying for help. They just need you to listen to what they're trying to say, because somewhere, some way, the communication's gotten lost, and you need to understand where it's coming from. And you can't listen and understand if you two be talking and cutting people off.
Bam.
Now, like for me, when I got someone say, "Can you just listen to me? Just listen to what I'm trying to tell you." You know what I'm saying? And that's where the anger comes from. You're not listening, and it becomes disrespectful, and you are crossing the line, man and woman. You are crossing the line. Two people can't argue together. Somebody needs to be listening.
Okay, so does hitting work? I mean, you hit a puppy, and the puppy stops pissing on the floor. You hit him, whap him a couple times.
What happens is when you start cussing is when it gets worse.
They get bad right
the
there.
first red flag.
That's a gateway drug.
We can't even speak English now. We resorting to cussing because that's when you start cussing, that person's losing it.
Mhm.
So you should really shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
And let them finish. What's wrong with letting somebody finish what they
Well, she
say?
said,
Some people ain't never.
I think a lot of us get so caught up in, oh, hell no, you hollering at me? When a person is emotional, what they're saying is meaningful to them, and and what they're telling you that they're not able to tell you, calmly, because you won't fucking listen. And they care enough to try to get you to listen, so they have to scream, holler. Then the cussing comes. So it's like, shut up. Know the sign.
Okay, and then they showed up after you hit them.
You don't have to win every goddamn battle.
There it is.
Okay, so
There it
so
is.
Last word.
So you should know your role.
So
And the violent motherfucker is the one that controls, so shut up.
how
What do
how
you look like telling your man, shut the fuck up, you punk ass nigga? You wanna, what? You
how often have you been sexually abusive in your relationships?
I can't hear you.
I said, how often have you been sexually abusive in your relationships? Like holding out, rationing.
I've been sexually abusive.
Holding out, rationing.
Uh,
No physical.
I think she realized.
I think she
Yeah, it
she
was.
lost.
Yeah.
He was saying
gone.
sexually abusive. Anyway, let me ask you this. I asked Kim this too.
Anyway.
Was Chicago wrong for slapping Isha or Aisha? Is it Aisha?
Mhm.
Aisha and Poetic Justice. Was he wrong? Was he out of pocket?
Yes.
Hell no.
There's nobody be man, woman, you should hit people.
You out your fucking
It's
mind.
crazy
Wow.
how we live in
So
society.
let me ask you again. Was she out of
Man,
pocket?
what happened to Poetic Justice? That shit was hella long ago.
Come on.
Yeah, man.
I'm fucking
Remember-
somebody
remember
else.
Regina King?
Fucking somebody.
Regina
I'm
King, you
fucking
weak ass
somebody
punk.
else.
That's why I'm fucking somebody else.
Right.
You
Yeah.
came
Yeah,
hella quick.
you all wrong for putting your hands on somebody.
Yeah.
Wow.
That.
In the middle of nowhere, nobody can see
She
it.
was like on the Price is Right, going up the mountain.
But nobody can see it though. That's like if a tree falls in the forest, does anybody hear it? So nobody was
You
there.
with a chick that's talking hella crazy, you need to just decide you gonna leave her alone.
You in the
What you gonna
middle-
do if you hit her? Hit her for what?
But he would have had to walk 15 miles to Oakland.
Yeah, man.
I don't remember the scene, so I don't know.
Okay, well he slapped the shit
I
out of her.
only know a man shouldn't be hitting. Should nobody hit nobody?
Yeah, and then no, but then Janet jumped in,
And then
Yeah.
expecting not to get hit. How you gonna jump in a fight expecting not?
She kicked him in the nuts.
He was wrong.
And then Pac jumped in to save Janet.
Yeah.
Imran, let me ask you a
Pac
question.
saving again.
Okay, On a serious note,
or nothing. Hoes, tramps, real men don't do that.
okay. So real question. So in the argument, get heated, and then he be like, "Bitch, can you get called a bitch and not try to swing on a nigga or touch a nigga? Because like,
So women, first of all, women, we're the nurturers. We're actually the stronger person.
answer my question, nigga." She got scared. I said, "Answer my question."
Okay, I'm gonna go because it's about to get abusive.
I can tell by the
I'm gonna
pause.
walk away from this because again, you cut me off. You won't let me answer you. How you gonna ask me a question and cut me off?
Because you're long-winded. Answer the
I'll
question.
leave it alone.
She got scared.
That's a way to ask the question. So let me ask you this: if you don't remember whatever Mika says, she remembers clearly. She lived Poetic Justice for a couple of days there, hiding in the closet. Anyway, Imran. Imran.
In the closet.
Man.
He gonna hear me.
Yeah. Any shout outs or anything here?
He's coming close.
No.
No, not at all. You okay?
Twigging and gigging.
How you sound like an empty house there. A little bit there. I was making sure
At
you're
least I'm in my house.
okay. Hey. All right. Aldro Show on MCs.net. Thank you for calling, Boo Boo. Cause this will get ugly.
It's gonna get a Brewster.
A Bruce.
It's gonna get a Brewster out here.
Yeah.
So,
So-
we're learning a lot, though. We're learning a lot. Women can be agitators. Basically, they can say whatever the fuck they want, and you're not allowed to do shit.
Yeah, I was just
That's
thinking
what I'm
about
getting
that.
at.
What
Take that. Take that.
What
Take
if,
that.
what if the role was really reversed though? Like you be calling her out her name. You say your mama's a bitch. You're from a whole line of bitches. Your grandma's a bitch.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
And it don't stop.
And
it
don't
don't
quit.
quit.
I got another
And
caller.
it don't quit.
Aldro Show. Oh, there we go. They clicked on us.
It's a
Hold on
hot
here.
topic. I guess
It's
a
a
lot
hot
of
topic.
Yeah,
a lot of breezy.
It was once said by Holiday Hunted. He said, if you're gonna smack a bitch,
Yeah.
smack him with a phone book. Put the
Yeah.
phone book against their face and punch the
Hit
phone
that
book.
There you
motherfucker.
go. It won't leave no marks. I
No.
think that's the secret. Because you really don't want to leave no marks. I would give
And there
more
are free
internal.
yellow pages in front of Max Value.
More internal.
Well, maybe even put that phone book a little lower to the
Yeah,
rib cage,
you feel me?
and you just hit her like give her that shove into the wall.
That way,
Like she kind of bumped the wall a little bit.
so they can't
You're
prove nothing.
boom.
They can't prove nothing.
No,
Okay.
yeah,
We got like somebody to read. Oh, we got another caller here. Hold
Back
on.
on.
Let's see. Hold on here.
We back on.
Aldro Show. AldroShow.com. What's good?
What's up, man? It's
What's good, B? What's going on, man?
Oh shit.
What's happening with y'all?
All right, man. We talking about over here talking about domestic violence.
Slap a bitch.
Bruce.
Yeah. I've been listening to Kim crazy as fuck.
Well, let me ask you.
Yeah.
Let me ask you first off. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a different answer than what I got, but I'm gonna ask you, real nigga, straight off the top.
Real nigga, what's up?
Was Chicago out of line for slapping Isha
All poetic
justice?
Hell nah. If he would have did it a long time ago, he would have had to do it then.
Oh,
Real shit.
So an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of
Cure.
cure.
But if you look at the movie, she was playing her position up until then.
Man, come on, man.
So like,
You know what's going, man. You know damn well what's gonna happen if you got somebody that feel like they can say whatever the fuck they want to say to you. Nigga, she gonna say it in front of everybody. Nigga, she is gonna make you look like a fool.
A straight.
I believe
Four.
all this was said earlier in the show by some wise man, but go ahead. We agree.
I'm just saying, man. I mean, there was no one to see it, and so no one else could get offended by the shit. And then Janet jumps in. Was he out of?
You know, come on, man. I didn't see the show. You know damn well you gonna have to put hands on that bitch.
man. So
Nigga, her mouth is a fool.
So let me ask you this: without putting hands on her in quotes, how do you put hands on her? Give us one.
Put hands on her. He butted that bitch.
Straight buddy.
So technically, he didn't put hands on her though.
right.
Now he did. His mama thought he better than that.
It ain't my fault she don't know how to duck.
Wow.
Man.
So I mean,
that was out of straight anger. She said something and it happened. Boom. He couldn't even stop it.
well,
So let me ask.
what do you think she said?
You know how she talks, man. You see how she talks.
She's like, nigga, I just seen
HBO.
You ain't about this life, nigga.
Wow.
So look, Brandon. What about an occasional shaking early in the shit?
Sleep
Like a
remote.
shake or a
I
hit.
ain't with you putting hands. I know how to wrestle hella good.
There it is. What about that?
So put her in a lock.
Put her in a yoke.
Yeah, I'm put her in the yoke.
Straight camel clutch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm a manhandle that ass. You don't know.
That's no physical injuries, nothing
Look,
showing.
you ain't gonna lie.
You can kind of get tight on the throat and not leave no marks with your arm.
I bet you.
Okay.
Let's be able to put that shit up.
So here go one more question for you, Blood. The police are already on their way. What do? You got 10 minutes.
We got a big go. If I'm right here doing my big go. Stay away from the police or what?
I'm just saying she just called. The call just went through.
I'm trying to call first. That's what I do. Call first.
Wow.
Y'all go.
And they go.
Wow. So,
Nobody
I'm saying on the way out. What is it? What
You
is
see,
what does B do? What's B on the way out?
No, I'm gonna try. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna try to talk her down.
Oh, okay, you'll try to talk her
Talk her
down.
down from the ledge.
But
But
you,
you leave these people in our business.
hey, hold on. I don't give a fuck. Hey,
sorry,
hold on. I don't give a fuck
baby.
who's in my business. Fuck the neighbors. Fuck their neighbors and the neighbors' mom and shit.
I've been to jail before.
You gotta go Eddie Murphy on her. Sorry, I did that shit,
before.
baby. But you brought that shit on yourself.
What you say?
I'm saying she say fuck the neighbors. I don't care if they here. Fuck the neighbors' mamas. I don't care if they know. She ain't letting you leave. What you gonna do?
Oh man.
She didn't let me leave.
She ain't letting you leave. And your mom
Let you leave.
and your mama's coming up too. Your mama, your
She ain't
sister.
letting you leave. How she gonna stop you from leaving?
You know how broads we
You know how they be.
You know how broads obstruct your path.
And then you get the world famous hit.
And
then they take your car keys.
I'm gonna take my scratches and make my phone call. I'm calling first.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
what I'm gonna do. You act like I can't leave? Okay. I ain't catching no case. Fuck that.
I ain't catching no case.
Fuck that.
Wow. What if she trying to beat up herself and she called?
Yeah, straight
There's a
up.
thin line
Like
on
thin
you.
line.
In line.
You got the camera on that bitch.
She just do a dolphin dive on the porch
Beat yourself in the orange and shit.
and just fuck up her chin.
The orange with the
Yeah.
sock and shit.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit,
Yeah,
man.
that's what I'm saying right
Yeah,
there.
honestly, that's what I'm thinking right now. I can't deal with no J-Cats like that. I'm cool.
He said a mouthful, right?
Okay, well, for sure, man. Any predictions?
Yeah, I just had to call Kimmy Fresh crazy.
Yeah, shit, that's real talk though,
I
man.
wasn't.
She said she gonna get the
say
dump.
nothing.
He's a dumbass.
Hey, one quick question, Brandon. So what about the verbal abuse, man? How much verbal abuse can you take before you slap the bitch?
Wow.
Honestly, I can talk shit back. We can go back and forth like that all night. She ain't gonna never win.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you down for go blow for blow.
She started talking about my mama. I started talking about her mama.
Okay, so you down for blow for blow.
We all mamas.
Yeah. I could go all night. I don't think she knows that.
Okay,
Yeah,
so then
yeah.
that go on for 5 minutes, then she hit you because you talked about her. You
Right,
talked
you
about
call
her
her a
uncle.
bitch hella times.
I'm gonna tell you. The thing that's gonna take it too far for me is when she started talking about when she gonna bring her people in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, wow.
I'm going to get them niggas from over there.
That's probably like my breaking point. Like, fuck your brothers, your cousins,
Yeah.
your friends, all that shit.
The
Wow.
breaking
That's
point.
probably the breaking point for me. But me and her can talk shit all night, all that shit. But the threatening and all that shit, that's
The
probably like my
breaking
breaking
point.
point.
That's
Wow.
That's
straw.
what it is, man. The straw that broke the monkey's back.
Well, if you pinch off a bitch, pinch off my stash though, but I get
That's a
highly
breaking point.
upset. That's slappable offense right there.
My partner lost hella
Yeah,
crazy.
what?
I said, if a bitch go in your stash in your jar.
Yeah. See, don't touch the weed. The weed will be black.
All right,
That'll
see,
at least get you choked.
Ooh, you get caught going in the weed. Ooh.
Or a paycheck. Don't snatch my paycheck.
B already said.
You're going too far.
B already said threats is what gets him to that breaking point. Everybody in the room, what's your breaking point with the chick? Like, what's the button, the hot button that she can push to make you go, Chris Brown? I turn around.
Or
If she
that,
touched
or
me.
that B word, that bitch, calling me a bitch to my face,
Yeah, that's
and there ain't nothing in between us to stop us.
I'm not gonna hit her, but I'm gonna grab that ass. I ain't gonna lie. I just be
Like
for real.
I said, I know how to wrestle really good.
Exactly.
That's what we
Exactly.
was talking about.
But
Hey, put him in the
I'm gonna
situation.
snatch that ass up so
But
fast. she gonna think she's in the Matrix,
headbutting
nigga.
is part of the wrestling repertoire.
Hey, Wild
That's
Samoan.
professional wrestling. You talking about collegiate?
Like I said, nigga, she gonna think she's
You
in the
talking about
Matrix.
You
holds?
better get that bitch a Sasori or something.
Yeah.
Worst they gonna see is her hair sweated out because she done did it 1,000 moves.
Yeah. I had Nelson to go the wrong way.
Hella moves on her.
Half Nelson, full Nelson,
Hella
Yes,
moves.
sir.
Boston crab.
Hey, well, B, right on for calling, man.
Hey,
And,
Kevin.
Yeah, I
Hey,
didn't have to get my 2 cents. Y'all be cool, man.
Hey, man,
So,
peace
man,
out, bro.
hey, we learned a
All
lot.
right.
Yeah.
I'm not catching a case. Fuck that.
Right.
but Chad
Take that
Johnson,
into consideration.
Chad Johnson
next
caught
time.
it. Chad Johnson caught a case,
Caught a case.
lost his job,
Lost his
got
job.
fired on TV,
On
Yeah.
TV.
And coconut water dropping.
and coconut water.
And
Coconut
the
water.
cashews, the Reebok dropped him, and he got divorced. All over one.
And your name is
All over
Ocho
her
Cinco.
headbutt.
No, he changed it back to
It's
Chad
Johnson
Johnson.
again.
All over her
All
headbutt.
right, yeah, but hey, for Richard, for sickness and health, till death do we part. I mean,
And again, Chris Brown beat the shit out of Rihanna.
yeah, I mean, we seen the last.
I say.
I'm not liking it.
Self-defense. I still say.
Self-defense, of course.
It was
But I'm
proven
just saying,
that
like,
she
he
did
got
something.
he got ass whooping. That's all this bitch can do.
All they're saying,
Headbutt.
Chad's story is we bumped heads. Her story is
We
bang.
butted heads.
Now, what we've learned
We
in
butted my
California is if somebody calls the police, somebody got to go. So
Somebody gotta go.
somebody's going to have to go.
Y'all got rock, paper, scissors. That's when you battle it out right there. Because you know
You hit
you
me
gonna
first.
go.
You hit me first, though. You hit me first, though.
No, well, we got a couple of comments here. I'm hella mad they talking about poet justice. Hell's poetic justice.
Hey, he said that is the line cross when you talk about you go get your people to come fuck with me.
Yeah.
That will get a motherfucking bitch slapped.
Yeah,
Like,
don't
what?
tell me you gonna have somebody
Go
come
get
touch
somebody.
me. Uh-oh. It's hot
Another
tonight.
call
Man.
here.
Hey, domestic.
Hot tonight.
We
Yeah,
talking
domestic
about-
getting slapped
All
up.
right, let's get smacked up. Who wants to get smacked up? Aldro Show at MCs.net, aldroshow.com.
How you doing?
Yeah, live from New York. It's Saturday night.
Hey, New York.
What up, girl? Hey, mommy.
What's good?
Not a damn thing.
Not a damn thing. I got a special question for you. Hello?
Okay, I'm ready.
Hold on. 1 second. Hold on.
You know she got hella guns.
Yeah, I ain't fucking with you because I know you strapped like bamboo.
She stay with it.
She got hella guns.
Hello?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so here's my question to you. Miss Maria.
Yes. Maria Caí.
Yeah, see, and that's what I wanted to do. You fell right into my trap right there. Was it a few years ago in New York where they had the Latin festival and all the girls was just getting snatched up?
Yeah.
You heard about that, right?
Yeah, it's a Puerto Rican Day Parade.
Yeah, the Puerto Rican.
Man.
And were you out there for that or?
We had one of them.
No, you know what? We have two parades here in Puerto Rican Day. That weekend, they got two. They have one that I call the Blanquito Parade. That's the one in Manhattan. That's on a Sunday. And it's on like 6th Avenue or something. Then they have one on the Saturday. That one is in El Paso, which is Spanish Harlem. I don't go to the Blanquito one. I go to the one in Spanish Harlem.
Okay. So.
Because there you get like the ethnic Puerto Rico instead of that,
Okay.
you know, wave of that type stuff. You get the food, you get the flavor. I find that one more.
All right. So basically, just kind of walk us through what happened there.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened was, just like with any parade, chicks get half naked.
Yeah.
Dudes
Nice.
come out in crews.
Good.
Chicks come out in crews.
Good start.
And they get their asses smacked. And they
Hey.
Awesome.
eat and things like
Good
that.
shit.
That's what happened.
Asses.
But I mean,
Asses slap.
the images and the pictures I saw was like the fox and the hound. Basically, they were just getting hunted. Any woman was getting
Festival at the lake.
hands on her.
Yeah. It's something like, what was that thing they canceled? They used to have it for one of the that, and I don't even know why. But, Freaknik? It's something like Freaknik.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
went off like that. Yeah, they went off like that.
Yeah.
They get together in these groups, like that mob stealing or mob stealing, whatever they do, and they just go to a store like 50 deep or something like that. That's what they did that particular year. I don't know what happened that year.
Wow.
Maybe that's when fucking Solid Evil came out. I don't know, but that was a special year. They just lost their mind. Usually it's a particular few, a few crowds that just start acting up. And but it's not normally generally like that.
Amazing. So let me ask you this too, a real spit like I asked everybody else. Poetic Justice, classic movie. Was Chicago out of pocket for smacking Aisha for saying what she said to him? The way she said it, the timing, the attitude, the spice
She didn't even seen that.
in front of everybody. You know what scene I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know exactly what thing you're talking about. Yeah.
Exactly.
Was he out of line?
You know what? I can never condone a man putting his hands on a woman. Can never condone it.
But
I'm a firm believer to take the high road.
Exactly.
People don't know how to walk away. Walk away.
Where was he gonna walk to?
Standing there, you walk away. You walk away from the crazy.
Where was Chicago gonna walk to?
You sit in the car with her until you get to Oakland.
He had to walk anyway, I guess. But I mean,
Yeah.
okay.
You walk away. You walk away. You walk away. I was raised to walk away. But I was also raised that once you walk away, if the person comes behind you, behind you, that you got to do what you got to do.
Okay.
But you should walk away. You should walk away.
Wow.
If you act like a lady, you get treated like a lady.
Yeah.
Uh,
Now, if the devil takes it a step further, then you have to do what you gotta do.
words to remember, but do they live by those words
Like
in the heat of battle?
lady.
Heat of moment.
I don't know. It's something you have to like. I know people get angry and they react in their anger moment. But once you get a certain age, and especially when you make a certain dollar, you need to learn how to control your anger and think twice about your act.
Wow.
For example, how much did Ocho Cinco was gonna make this year?
More than what he was making sitting on his ass. I know that.
Okay,
He lost everything.
I'm making that amount of money. I'm in a public eye. I think about what I do before I get angry.
Yeah.
The little lady that got head buddy, she got head buddy. My little sister's telling me they didn't sign her show up again. Her show that she was in or whatever, Scott X or whatever, she can't do that. So, like, when you're in a public eye and you're making that kind of dollar, you're supposed to be able to think about your actions.
Yeah.
You're not like up in the polo grounds, up in the 155th Street Project, you know what I'm saying, where you can have a street fight and just walk away and, come out tomorrow and smoke a blunt on the bench with the brothers. You're not at that level. You're supposed to think on the level where your dollar is at. I thought that was very stupid.
It's too funny.
But he just threw away his cash like that because of a history over a receipt.
Yeah.
A receipt. How do you, listen. A receipt.
A receipt for a condom.
A receipt.
There's no proof. There's no proof.
So what?
Now you gotta, look at paycheck in one hand, receipt in the other. Since you can keep that receipt, you can keep that receipt, you can take that receipt, stuff it away. I'm going this way.
So all this is her fault. All this is her fault.
She brought it on herself.
And I know there's ladies out there probably saying, damn, she ain't right. Why she saying in tough balls? She got her head buzzed, she got stitches. You act like a lady, you get treated like a lady. You find some receipt, right? It's how you carry yourself in a situation where somebody said, it's the tone of the situation. You control the tone of any situation. If you take it up there, it's going to go up there. First of all, I don't argue with nobody while we driving. They behind the wheel. What I want to get them upset for, I get in the car.
Exactly.
That's stupid. You see what I'm saying? Why would I get a nigga upset while I'm in the car?
Right.
I watched my sister-in-law do that to her husband one time. They was arguing. He was fussing with her. She was driving. He said he bang, 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 bang with the mouth. They threw that shit up to 90 and hit the brakes. That nigga had went straight into the windshield. He had her seatbelt on. They arguing too fast. They driving and you're in the car.
Yeah,
You gotta think about what you're doing. You find the receipt, your baby. Is this you? He gonna say no. What you gonna do? Now you gonna tin his face and start screaming and cursing? What are you gonna do? You gonna prove it? What is the reason to take it to that level? Let's say in the bottom of your fucking heart that you know behind you finding that receipt is he bought some condoms and used some condoms and cheated on you. So you know this. So you start a fight in the car? No. You're supposed to remain alert. You ask your question, check your responses, and then if you feeling like you deserve better, walk the fuck away. Walk away.
But it's 6 more
If he don't
episodes.
deserve you, maybe he's every 6 weeks and he cheating on you, walk away.
This nigga said with 6 more episodes.
Yeah, get with a hockey player. She had a basketball player, now she got a football player.
Man.
Okay, so listen. If you feel she filed for divorce, right? She filed for divorce. So if what you found was going to make him divorce you, then you're able to walk away.
Yeah.
All right, you're able to walk away. Then you should have did it early from the giddy up. Now you got some type of Frankenstein scar on your forehead.
He probably didn't even get her that.
You know what I'm saying? Like your beauty is scarred, is marred because you just couldn't walk away anyway.
Anyway.
It just doesn't make sense. It sounds like these are people that are not thinking. That's why they say people can have money, but it don't make the person.
Yeah.
Because I know people that's broke that act better than that.
Well,
They carry themselves better.
I know
than
if you was married to a billionaire, would you accept?
A lot of women will take an ass whooping for a rich man. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
A lot of chicks would do
That's
it.
about rich. Not even
You gotta be-
rich. Rich.
You gotta be super wealthy. Like,
Nah, just
Not
rich.
really.
Some nigga got the own wife.
yeah,
Got
because
a Skylark and a.
chicks took shit from D-boys
And a
back in
chase
the
car.
day.
Yeah.
Remember back in the 80s, chicks would stay with D-boys getting
Oh,
smacked
God.
up? Like,
Maria. Maria,
Yeah.
how would you handle a man shaking you?
Say that again?
How would you handle a man shaking the shit out of you? Like,
just grabbing you.
Oh, we don't do that in my family. We don't do that. We don't do that in my family.
okay.
We don't do that.
What
We don't
about
put our hands on women in our family. We don't do it.
Okay.
not even a shake up?
Well, how do you
The
have?
ladies in my family, I come from a long line of ladies that are gunslingers and flower bringers. And we carry ourselves like crazy, but if you act up, you're going to kill it.
Okay.
Catch
You were told you walk away, and then if the nigga stays cut behind you, then you don't let nobody kill you. Now, you don't just stand there and let nobody kill you. A beat on you. No, you can't do that. You have to be able to talk right. You can't talk about it. Sometimes in an argument, open baby, and he blah, 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 blah. All right, we'll come back to this. You want to revisit the conversation, and it's still okay, fine. We'll agree to disagree. If it's about finances, then we're going to split them. If it's other stuff, see, that sexual shit, that out cheating, for me, that's different than just, that's more than just, oh, you cheated on me and you broke our vows.
Okay.
For me, that's for me, you potentially could be murdering my ass.
Murdering your ass.
That's how I look at it.
Understatement.
I mean, the emotional part, okay, all right, nigga cheated, all right, but they do that and all that. I'm not tolerating it, but I kind of look at that as if you cheating, I don't know where you taking that. If you're married, but after you're doing it with, no, you got something at home, so that could be dirty. And you bringing home some dirty stuff, that's a potential body to me. So I look at it, that's why I'm not doing tolerance to that.
But she knew what it was, though. Like, he told her on national TV. Yeah, every now and then, I like a little strange. And did she think that somehow magically that shit was going to
I
change?
heard
'Cause
they
they
had
put
an
a ring
open
on it?
relationship.
If she dated professional ball players or athletes on a regular, she knows what that is.
Yeah.
Anybody who's on that circuit,
Yeah.
no. Basketball, football, baseball, entertainment world, because you're traveling from state to state, they have holes in each state. That's a known fact. If you work in the industry, if you're a roadie, if no matter if they go on a regular basis from state to state, they got 15 state to state. That's it. They got regular cooking, waiting for them to state to state, and then they got random cooking.
And you gotta,
They come from state to state.
you gotta know how to balance the two.
Professional athlete, she knows that.
She knows that.
All right, so you know how to balance the two. Marie, you got any shout outs for us?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I have to shout out DJ Wayne. I must shout out DJ Wayne.
That's my
on
man.
Mighty G Sports Nation Radio.
All right.
He's my man. He's my DJ. They at Mighty G Sports Radio. They are strictly old school radio station.
Well,
And I
all,
love it.
well, all right,
I
baby.
want to give
Thanks.
Wayne a shout out.
Thank you for calling. We appreciate you. We
No,
love you.
thank you for
And
waiting.
he's fine.
Thank
I
you for
need
waiting
you
for us.
guys. Don't wait so long.
Yeah,
Don't do this to me.
We had to take a little vacation. That's all.
DJ
We're
Wayne.
back. Man, we had to get back online. Everything
Back, baby.
is slowly upgrading. You'll see.
Boom.
We also got the Make Westing going on too, but that's another story. But thank you, Maria.
I
Once
sent you
again.
my snippet.
Thank you, and you're gonna see those.
Good night, my
Okay, that's
dear.
what's up.
Okay, ma.
Buenas
All right.
noches,
Love
mommy.
you guys. Y'all have a good night.
All right, bro.
All right, good night.
Man,
All right.
she kept it so real.
She can always.
She always keeps it
And like,
honey.
who really keeps it honey?
But during the hiatus is what it was.
Man.
The hiatus was killing her, man. She was thirsting for this show. This is the people show.
It is.
Because our people know their role.
Yeah. So they know the role.
We're learning a lot, man.
Jabronis.
We're
Yeah,
learning a
so-
lot, man.
We just want to shout out everybody that called in and shared a little something with us.
Hey, from both sides.
yeah,
of the
yeah,
equator,
yeah,
man.
you know,
Yeah, man.
we got that's not true.
I agree that women are better shit talkers and definitely fuel the fire to getting a fresh one.
We got
She said
agitators.
getting a fresh one.
From the
Yeah,
closet.
getting the fresh
What is
one.
it, 1937? What is this?
Getting a fresh. You want to?
You
You want
gonna
a
get a
fresh?
shiner in your eye.
She got an
Fresh
Italian dude. She asked her, "You want a fresh one, huh? You talking to me?
Not
you
the
want
old
to
one.
fucking disrespect me?
You want another one, a fresh one.
You want a
Fresh.
A fresh blast.
She got,
like a refill.
yeah,
You want a refill?
she got an Italian guy.
That's what that song means. You want a refill? Here we again.
You want a fresh one?
We done heard from agitators, instigators,
Give me a
Spenders.
Now, here's a quick question. Do you think this is genetic?
I was gonna bring that up too.
Like-
Blood. Yeah, it is. Blood. A lot of that shit has a lot to do with the genes. Blood. Some kids, some women
They
are
see
allowed.
it.
Some women are allowed themselves to get beat. Watch they mind
Don't
get
forget,
beat.
and do not forget that island chicks in particular believe that if you don't give them a little jazoo every now and then, you know,
I mean, that's
Rihanna.
Hey,
They
they,
don't
need,
think you love
they
them.
need to write a book and put that out there. But at the same time, like I said, man,
yeah,
a lot
give
of
a little amounts.
a lot of girls that get hit or dudes that do the hitting.
Yeah.
Watch somebody hit. Watch somebody
Yeah, they
swing.
grew up seeing that.
Like
that
somebody
violence.
bow. They like, well, maybe I could.
But from the caller's perspective, it sounds like women know that a lot of dudes ain't finna do nothing, and they can say whatever the fuck they want.
I
'cause
believe
they
that
know
brings us full circle back to where I
he
started
ain't
off.
finna
This.
do nothing until
When
he
they
does
when they know the dude ain't gonna do nothing, boy, they run wild with it, man.
wow with it.
I mean, but you know, all you,
So it all boils down to the very, very crux
The
of the
action,
situation. What I should have said at the beginning, what I did say at the beginning is, what do you do? Because you got to do something.
Action.
well, as a man, you need to have
Reaction.
as a man, you need to have a cold ass stare. Boy, it's like being like Dave Stewart on the mound. You know, you gotta
You just got to beat the shit out of a dog or something. You know what I'm saying?
you gotta have that look. She has to see you whoop somebody.
But we
You know what you have to do. You know what I'm gonna tell you what you
I'll
got.
pull out a DVD and be like, look, bitch, this is what I do.
If you got
See how
game,
fuck
nigga.
this nigga?
If you got game, you gonna make her believe it's her fault. That's how you get your pimp on.
Or
That's
you
it.
or-
When it comes down,
or you just leave.
But I'm
that's
saying,
that's
You're
that's
gonna
how
get-
you make
I'm
that
not going to
happen.
be your puppet.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
you
keep
gotta
with you.
keep the
I'm not gonna
sign.
feed
You
to you
gotta
no
see
more.
the sign.
I'm gonna cut you loose for real.
You
And
gotta
I bet
see
you
the
she
signs.
come running.
You-
Wait, I bet you she come
You
running.
gotta
Crazy
see the
bitch.
sign. If she's known for flashing, let it go.
You should go.
Which is why a lot of women are not getting hollered at because they're known for flashing.
Yeah, they got tags. You've
Yeah.
been labeled.
You've been labeled
And
as a
I'm just
flasher.
saying, I'm not
Some even get-
trying to be racially
We're not
charged.
going there.
But there's a
What?
certain group of women that need to understand why their men
Or not
go to other shades.
because of this.
I'm not pointing out any
Because of
particular.
this.
You know, if it
You're
applies
the
to
same
this,
race.
yeah, if it
Well,
applies to this group of women, y'all
I
go
was-
with it.
To Reggie's
Because
point, I
of
would say
this.
this. It ain't just black women.
No,
It isn't. Now
I,
you think
I
that's,
never said it
now do you
was.
think that's an
I-
urban thing?
Yeah, I didn't bitch.
That's
That's
an
trying
urban
to be
thing.
black woman hanging
That's
around.
definitely got to be.
Yeah.
Because you have a
The
lot
ones-
of races.
question, blood.
A lot of races
The ones
trying
that
to emulate.
try to be, yeah,
But
they worse.
They're trying to be Evelyn,
Yeah,
the
they're
basketball wife on
The
TV.
ones that are trying
Yeah.
to be are worse than the ones that are. That's the cold part.
That's the
Like the white chocolates of the world, they the worst.
The
Like,
nasties.
yeah,
they
they fuck around and say they fuck around and drop an N-bomb on you. You be like,
Oh,
now not only are we arguing,
In
but
front of
like,
your
bitch,
mama.
you just call me nigga.
in
Like,
front of
we
your
got
mama.
we got three other
And
problems.
your partners, though.
And lightweight, yeah, there's a good chance it was in front of somebody.
Yeah.
You know,
That's what they do it.
Damn, I thought you had your bitch to check.
Like you say, that's like
call you a nigga.
that's like a tree that
You
falls
work
in the
for
woods.
your boundaries a little bit.
You
That's
know
a,
her plantation?
that's a
More
tree that
baby
falls
dog.
in the woods right there. Nobody hears.
I mean, I can understand if those are the sex game.
Niggas
Hey,
hear
let's
it.
play Master's wife in the spiel hand. You know,
Man.
that's cool in that context.
Niggas hear it. That nigga, as soon as they may not say it funny, but on the way home, they're like, this a bitch called him a nigga. The
Yeah.
white boy called him a nigga.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I
The
was
Filipino
Damn.
ones, the
listen.
Filipino ones talk real slick now.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. My mama told me, whoever hit you, hit them back. Don't
Oh,
matter
yeah.
who it is.
Oh, of course, yeah. You don't take no hits.
So I mean,
Now, you know what? I have to say,
man,
not hitting a woman worked in my favor once, just in the standpoint of she hit me, right?
No.
But I stood and I gave her that cold ass. That shit
was nothing?
Yeah, that shit
Like
didn't even
that?
phase me. Stare. You get your crazy nigga look on, like, you know, your crazy face.
There you go.
You go Stevie J on her, you're like, you know.
We didn't
You
even
Stevie
talk
J?
about going crazy on a broad to prevent your prevent defense.
You put your Stevie J look on your face, after
Shaking the
chick hit
shit
you,
out of her, you know what I'm
but
saying?
she will pee her pants and never hit you again.
Right.
Never.
All right. Well, once again, we're never advocating, punching and stuff like that.
Or biting.
The
I
Alex
gotta-
Rose show is again it.
Yes.
We do
What about hair pulling?
We do
I'm
Like
along the
snatch
lines
the
of you just gotta pimp accordingly.
You got to pimp
Walk
accordingly,
away,
though.
snatch your head.
Walk away, man.
You know.
Pimp accordingly.
Walk away's no fun though. Walking away.
And
Shit,
that's
it's
why
not fun in
we
jail.
got response. And that's why Stevie J got fired on.
Oh,
Jocelyn.
Yeah, she went off on it.
Hey, we're gonna send you back to the strip club. That's all I got to say, man. You're going back to the strip club.
Yeah. AKA the
I was-
prophet. He's like he was sitting at the table with Jesus, Stevie J.
I know y'all remember Stevie J from the Eve tape, right?
Yeah.
The Eve sex tape. That's how he blew up, man. He's already been a shyster, man.
Hey, bro, you got to respect this hustle.
Yes, sir.
You got to.
Any shout outs, man? We're about to be up out of here. Everybody, big shout out to everybody who
Big shout out to Chris Riggins. We about to hit the road, do some shows up in Seattle.
a man pulling hair is hella bitch made. That's from Kimmy Fresh.
Y'all like y'all hair full. Stop it.
Hair weave killer.
Yo, bitch, man.
But yeah, Chris, you want to
Hair
shout
weave
out?
killer.
Basically, Reggie wants to shout out to all men. Okay, go
Man.
ahead.
I'd like to give a strong shout out to your mama.
For real,
You know what I'm
nigga.
saying? Yo, shout out to everybody listening, everybody who fucks with us, everybody in the gallery, everybody who's alive, you know what I'm saying? Everybody who's thugging. Shit. Fuck.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Big shout out to Taco Bell for making those delicious flavor packets.
Yeah, shout out to the gallery, shout out to family, shout out to friends, shout out to everybody that's being positive out here, man. Y'all
Positivity.
just, stay safe for the week.
Shout out to everybody who ain't beating on
Any
their
last
dog.
advice for
Man.
Ocho Cinco? What's next?
Ocho.
Does he play again?
Yeah, you
I don't
might.
think so.
Yeah. I mean,
It's the last of Ocho.
I think he needs to go higher to Rex Ryan. I think Rex can give him a
Ooh,
shot.
Tebow? Yeah, that would be a good
I mean,
look, though.
They are so thin on receiver,
I know,
but
they
they
might
need that
take him
cat.
out.
They need
But he'd
that
be
cat.
suspended anyway.
And he gets to play Miami twice. Huh?
Yeah.
you feel
And he
me?
gets to torture him. It's the
And
perfect
New
story.
England.
It's the perfect story.
And New England.
Yeah, he gets to play New England twice. And he gets to play Miami twice.
He needs redemption.
If he really wants to make himself look good, ball against those two teams.
He'll be
And
back.
yeah,
He
he'll
doesn't
be
have to
back.
have Revis on him either.
Feel me?
Exactly.
Yeah, feel me, Revis Island.
Wow. Okay. Well, AldroShow.com. It's AldroShow.com now.
AldroShow.com.
You know what I'm saying?
Show.com.
Big shout out to the town. By the way, everyone who called, shout out to y'all. Everybody
It's a free
participated.
rubber.
You
Everybody
will
gets
see the
a
Make Westing rolled in there somewhere. We're gonna splice. that
Big
in
shout
there.
out to Miss Texas, Erica, for
Yeah.
coming through the Make Westing and being all that she can be. We appreciate your support, honey.
What you say,
We
dick
said the
in
best
booty?
for last.
Dick in the booty?
Big everywhere. That's what her name is, Texas.
Big
Everything.
Big Texas. Big Texas.
Yeah. So Aldro Show goes down.
What about when you got a big bro?
Aldro Show.
Can you hit a big bro? Or you-
If she bigger than you, you should be able to
I
fight.
think if the bro
Now
bigger than you,
the
you should be able
world
to fight.
don't move to the beat of just one drum.
Yeah.
It might be
I think
right.
women are starting to date men that are smaller than them because they know they can.
No,
fuck
they
with
just
them.
date men smaller than because there are no men bigger than them.
Yeah.
It is a big bro out there. If a
It is
bro's
a
bigger
big
than you,
bro.
you should be able to fire on a bro bigger than you. Out. I remember my cousins used to always date big ass bros. He's like 5'6". He's like big 300 pounds. Big bro.
You gotta get on your toes.
And they used to always be
focused.
focused. She used to always be like, "What nigga?"
Yeah, I mean, how can she respect you? She looking down at you. You
So talk
you
about
standing in your toes to kiss her goodnight, but how can she really respect that, man? She
Well,
gonna treat you like you little nigga.
I love wrestling with a broad. Because you can always be feeling on shit, you know what I'm saying? You can be feeling on her hella
I
nasty.
can do that without
You
wrestling. That's too
So
much
you can
work.
just pin her down, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like wrestling with a dude, though, with broad.
Like sticking in the wrong hole though.
That's the fun
Give her
part.
the shocker.
That's the fun part, man.
But yeah,
Put it
Big
in
shout out to everybody out there. Deuces, Viewstream.
Back in the building. What is today?
August 15th.
August 15th.
Happy birthday,
Comeback
Aljo.
show.
Happy birthday,
Oh, you got it. You look cute, Johnny. And then we got another one. Wrestling is fun.
It's fun.
It's so fun.
Wrestling is fun.
Hercules.
Nigga stupid, boy.
Hey, wrestling is fun. Especially with big fat bras. I love wrestling fat bitches.
It's like being in a
Oh,
handicap
I know,
match.
right? Because you're really trying to roll that big ass over.
Yes, it's like a handicap match.
I remember this one, bro. We was wrestling at Motel 6. She fell off the bed.
Wow.
It was hella big, too. I like big bitches.
You like big
I like a
bitches,
thick
huh?
bitch chick.
You can
bro.
grab by the
I
forearm.
like a thick chick rather than a slim chick. I mean, you
Grab
know.
Well, what is thick? What's the line, man? I mean, if your guts stick out further than your titties, is that fat?
No.
Is that still thick or
No,
what?
I'm talking about, something
I'm
nice.
talking dimples in the thighs. I'm talking about little kangaroo pouch, little booty dude, little sag, little side tit, big
Oh,
cleavage.
dude,
I think
Just
boy,
age.
kid for kid play
Give me
with
height weight.
highway. Me personally, I like 5'4",
Well, that's the whole
145
thing
ish.
about women. They go from 5 feet to 6.
I like
There's so many
5'4". I like about 5'4", 145, 36, 24,
'Cause there's-
38
There's
ish.
thick.
That's
And then there's
I'm
just
not
a
gonna
big
give you.
that's my flavor.
Listen, I'm not gonna give you measurements. I'm gonna say that the woman has
Give
the
me an
inner and
example.
the inner and outer beauty.
Give me an
Like
example.
like a Rutha B, I like the way her body is built.
What about
Like that's thick to me though.
what about Queen Latifah? Is that just
yeah.
a big broad?
That's the Wonder Woman.
She's
yeah.
like she's husky. Like if she wears it right, if she's taking care of herself, then it's not like she's looking fat. So I mean, I don't want to go ahead and say that she's not fuckable. There you go. If that's what you want to hear, boom.
What about Precious?
I'm like
You
that.
really would smack Precious?
That would have been like
Old Kelly
young,
Price.
young taking it for the team. Like,
Precious.
somebody
That's
has to
wingman.
do
That's
something with
wingman
it.
right there. That's
You
wingman.
fucking for
Somebody-
the check. You fucking with Precious.
That's
She
wingman.
said she's not gonna
She
leave.
pay like she weighed.
She said she's
pay
not
like she
gonna
weighed.
leave.
You're not gonna bounce.
That's wingman,
Somebody.
man. Precious
Somebody
wingman.
got to either fuck.
Somebody has
Or
Hey,
none
but
of
there,
his wife.
but there was a nigga sitting next to her at the Laker game, like, hey,
Like I
because she
said,
pay like
nigga.
she weighed.
Like I said, nigga. Somebody said either she gonna fuck or we.
Man.
This
we
pisses
fuck.
me off so much.
Precious as fuck, huh?
Eric Chavez and Nick Swisher both are
Man,
Yankees.
balling.
And they're both fucking Yankees.
And they're both fucking 90 years old. Who gives a fuck?
Yankees got an old squad, but they smacking Suzuki.
Aldro Show, MCs.net. We out of here. Yes, it was rolling, you bitches.
You punk busy.